The placebo effect has been around since the 15th century. The very presence of the placebo effect has proposed some very serious ethical issues, both positive and negative. For those who have absolutely no idea what a placebo is, it is an inert substance that does not have an active substance that affects health. In 1811, it was defined as any substance adapted more to please than to benefit the patient. A placebo does nothing more than help the patient feel psychologically but not physically better. For centuries, placebos have helped ease symptoms of illness, and for more than 70 years, placebos have been an essential component of clinical research to test new drug therapies. A few examples of any placebo are generic painkillers or acupuncture, etc., etc., etc. Originating from Latin, the word placebo was a phrase for "I shall please." The placebo is similar to many healing rituals done by historic or indigenous people. When you have an official ritual where someone is trying to make you feel better, it makes you feel better due to the social/psychological reasons, not because anything is actually happening from the ritual/treatment itself. Depending on the individual's genetics, they can have a response upon the administration of a placebo, which could be positive or negative. In any case, either the person's symptoms improve, or the person may contract side effects from the treatment. This is known as the placebo effect. It is basically any psychological or physical effect that a placebo treatment has on an individual. The specific relationship between placebos and genetics is that researchers have learned placebo responses, aka the placebo effect, are modified and depend on by a person's genetics. The placebo effect has mainly affected patients being prescribed placebos from doctors. According to this demographic image, 59% of doctors think it's ethically permissible to prescribe a placebo to their patients, whereas a small portion of doctors think it's never permissible to prescribe a placebo. When prescribing a placebo, doctors are faced with a confronting decision to either lie to the patient or tell the patient the truth about the treatment. Remember, the placebo does not cure the condition, it just alleviates the symptoms. Obviously, the doctor wants the patient to feel better at the end of the day. That's their job. They don't care whether the treatment is a genuine medicine or a placebo, so long as their patient gets better. Other doctors, however, feel that lying is totally unjustified and is truly detrimental in regards to the trust relationship between the doctor and the patient. My question to you is, to what extent is the placebo effect justified? I believe that if people pay a lot of money for it, then it's ethically dubious to me, and in most cases, you can do something real that also has a nice theatrical placebo to it, instead of something fake that is only theatrical placebo. It's dangerous when people have a real condition and only treat it with something like acupuncture. Only the cases where someone has something where they're just going to get better anyway, it's not harmful. The other problem I have with the placebo effect is the methods used to establish it are anti-scientific and could be used to fake scientific data. So it's sort of an affront to actual science in that sense. There have been lots of problems with people falling prey to cognitive biases that lead to false scientific conclusions due to being very misleading. Acupuncture is essentially an entire field based on fraudulent science. Overall, governments and medical organizations have wasted tons of time and money researching something that isn't real, but I guess it isn't useless in the sense that they've collected decades of data measuring what can be achieved with placebo. So there is an incredible motivation to believe that sort of thing, because placebo is a very comforting belief, but on the other hand, it's a giant insult to people who spend decades working on real cures. I think the simplicity is very attractive. It would be so nice if we lived in a world where eating natural food, etc., 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 was all you needed to do to cure diseases. And I wonder if so many of these anti-scientific cures are so receptive is because they're tangible, concrete answers to the ailment of the face of something we don't actually know what the problem is. Take stress as an example. It can manifest in so many ways and has so many symptoms, it can be difficult to diagnose as being the problem in the first place. So when a doctor consistently fails to give you the quick fix for it, you just lose trust in modern medicine and you begin to seek out alternative forms that make claims that confirm exactly what you want to hear. And that is the main problem of our medical system today.